Driving down the back road, the same ones that our parents did. Just trying to make her own way. I've taken a pack of cigarettes. See, we tore out the bench seat so we could fit more kids in. Chasing sunrise till we sleep. Everyone was more golden. That 440 with the family. The boys and girls wanna get out. Another crossing sun up ahead. What about another washout? That 440 advancing. All going up pretty good now. We swore one day we would leave. Every now we took their car out. Everybody's dressed up, wearing a high school best. High top kicks and flannel shirts. You with a plaid skirt never hurt. And we swore one day we could be like the folks ever can. We wouldn't stop till we got there. That 440 to the family. The boys and girls wanna get out. Another crossing sun up ahead. What about another washout? That 440 advancing. All going up pretty good now. We swore one day we would leave. Every now we took their car out. And we used to hang kids named after places the folks had never been. And we're pretty sure one day we could get there. And we used to hang kids named after places the folks had never been. But without me, I was sure Brooklyn could get there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, it's Monday. It's the Morning Buzz. How's everybody doing? Monday, May 10th. Holy smokes, May is here. When did that happen? We're literally in the 5th month of 2021. And I don't feel any different. Well, I do feel different. I take that back. Okay, so I am a little ill-prepared, I guess. That's not the right word, because I'm prepared, just a little out of it. We woke up this morning, of course, and had 2 scoops left of coffee grounds to make a full pot of French press. And so we usually need 4 scoops to get that done. So we had half a pot of French press. And so I gave that to Allison, and she drank that. And then I dropped Noel off at football, and then went to a large international coffee chain that I love, and got some coffee. Got home, poured it in my Barrel House cup that I love, that I got on Friday. Cheers, Barrel House. Thank you. So I'm literally 2 sips into my first cup of coffee of the day. So bear with me, people. It's going to be a slow start. Okay, Monday, May 10th.
The morning buzz. The weather today is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just saying, I'm guessing. I don't even know. It's going to be 70, so it'll be a little cooler today, which will be nice. Um, yeah. How was everybody's Mother's Day? Mine, I was with my mother all day, so that was nice. Um, I woke up and I went and played. Okay, so this is, I wasn't going to bring it up, but I guess I will. So I woke up yesterday morning super early because I had to speak at church before playing guitar, and so I had to prepare something, um, and then I got to church at 8, and I was there from 8 till noon, and then from noon until 5, I was with my mom and my stepdad. We went to lunch. We went and had cocktails. We went to the backyard for bottomless mimosas, which was awesome. I didn't have any, of course, but my mom did, and she enjoyed her day, her afternoon with her son, and so it was a nice Mother's Day. And at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I had still accomplished 0 items on my daily 75 hard checklist. So there's I have now. I did the things like I kept to my diet. I didn't drink any alcohol, but I hadn't done a first workout. I hadn't done a second workout. I hadn't done my gallon of water. I hadn't done any of my reading yet. This is 5 o'clock when I got home, and I thought to myself, and the rule is with your workouts, you've got to space them at least 3 hours apart, right? 3 to 4 hours. So I thought to myself, man, okay, well, I went 40 days. If I had to fail on day 41, then Mother's Day is probably like the best excuse that you could have to fail, right? And so I said, my body's tired. I'm tired. I had a long weekend. Um, am I going to fail today or am I going to keep going? And then I started to do the math, and it was like, okay, well, if I could go work out, I'll get to the mountain by 6 o'clock, and then I'll do 6 to 6:45 hike, and then I'll get 3 hours in between, and then that'll put me at 9:45 for the start of my second workout. And so I'll work out from 9:45 to 10:30, and then by then I should have had all of my water drank, and I'll take my progress picture and I'll get my reading done in between my workouts, and it'll be a late night, but that's I think a good plan. And so then I started thinking, you know what, 40 days was a good run. I'll just start over. I'll start over tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day one. I'll have the excuse. My body and my the way I feel, none of that will change. The only thing that'll change is that I'll fail on my challenge, and I'll have to start my challenge over. And so I had to have that conversation with myself. And then what happened was when it came down to it, I said, screw it. I'm not failing. I'm going to go work out because that's who I want to be. And so I got dressed, filled my jug up with a gallon of water, went to the mountain, did my hike, came back, did my reading, did some work around the house, cleaned the studio office room that I'm in, cleaned it spotless, put all my music stuff away from the weekend. I mean, you should have seen this place. It was just completely, you couldn't even walk in this room. There were speakers everywhere and Coach Crow's huddle equipment and band equipment and podcast equipment. I mean, it's just scattered everywhere. Got that completely organized and cleaned. And by that time, it was about 9:30, 9:45. And I thought to myself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my second workout. I'm going to get my checklist done, and I'm going to succeed on day 41 instead of fail. And then tomorrow morning is day 42, and I'll still be on track. And so here I am. I did it. And today is day 42, and I'm happy to announce that I was really, really wanting to throw in the towel at 5 o'clock yesterday when I still hadn't done my first workout, and I chose not to do it. And so I'm extremely proud of myself this morning. If you could, can I say that? I'll say it. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. It would have been way too easy to just throw in the towel and say, oh, well, I failed. Good reason. Mother's Day. Okay, start over. But I knew that if I failed and gave myself that out to start over, then that would just make, I'd go 4 or 5 days into this one, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, failure's okay. I've already failed once. I'll just fail again and start over again. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole of accepting that failure for this challenge, because then it would make the second failure easier and the third failure easier. And so I said, nope, I'm going all the way to June 12th, my last day. And that is what I'm doing. So as of today, day 42, I'm still on track. Even after. So here's the other thing. Friday, I had a show. The Small Kicks played at Barrel House. Friday morning, I posted. We have an accountability group that I'm a part of, that Amanda is also a part of. We're in this Facebook accountability group for the 75 Hard Challenge. And I posted online on the group chat on Friday. I said, hey, I'm going to be outside on stage for 3 hours with a 12-pound guitar around my neck. And I'm probably going to burn 2,000 calories jumping around and dancing and singing. Does this count as my outdoor workout? And overwhelming, unanimous feedback I got from the group was, that doesn't count as a workout. That's not acceptable. If you're getting paid for the show, then anything you're getting paid at doesn't count as a workout. And then people said, well, yeah, I'm a nurse and I lift people's bodies up all day long, and that doesn't count as my workout, and this and that. And I thought to myself, but this isn't like a regular activity that I do every day. This is just a random kind of once a month maybe thing that I do. That's a very strenuous thing on every single muscle group in your body. And I think it should count as a workout. They all decided it didn't count as a workout. So I didn't count it as a workout. So Friday, after we did the live broadcast at Barrel House in the morning, I went and worked out at the gym with Bradford, and then got ready for the show and did all my stuff. And then before I went to Barrel House that afternoon, I ran 2 miles and I ran 1.5 miles and I walked 1.5 miles over on Moss Lane. And so I got my 45-minute workout in before I got to Barrel House, and then did 3 hours of nonstop rock and roll cardio, which was a blast. So, yeah. And by the way, thank you for everybody who came out to the show. That was such a fun evening. That was one to remember. And there was, I don't know, I've heard people say 300. I've heard people say 500. There was a lot of people, but there was so much room that everybody was spaced out. It was comfortable, and nobody was rubbing elbows. Nobody was getting in each other's space or business. It was just a lot of fun. There was no issues. Good time. Like, definitely on a high still from that. And so thank you everyone for coming out. That was a blast. All right, more on that here in a little bit. 7:15, Monday, May 10th. It's time to bring in Mr. Anthony Reed to talk about all the things happening in our county. What's happening, man? How are you?
Good morning. How was your weekend?
Good, man. Happy Monday. How was yours?
Good. It was a long, productive weekend. I'll just say that.
Okay. What'd you get done?
I'm still in the process of it. Cleaning my apartment, as small as it is. There's a lot of cleaning that needs to go on still. So I'm gonna take care of that this afternoon after the show.
Okay.
So I got some of it done, but not what I really wanted to, because it was kind of mom's weekend. So I just kind of said, this can wait, that can wait until I want to be productive on Monday. So that's what we're going to do after the show.
Now, you doing like deep cleaning or just like straightening out cleaning?
I'm going to do deep cleaning. I haven't done a deep cleaning since probably April, which is just about a month ago now.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, okay, I'm going to do this at least once a month. And so far, we're in the first month, and I think we're doing okay.
All right. Well, good.
So it's time to do that again. So
that's good. Yeah. Anytime you're cleaned and you're feeling organized, then it's a good thing.
Yep.
Awesome.
And also, I did see some clips from your show on a Friday, and I just wanted to say that little girl that you had on stage, that was one of my friend's kids, and she thought it was hilarious, and so it was a good thing that you did for the little girl's name is Blake, and so
oh yeah, the little girl.
Yeah,
Blake,
that's one of my friend's kids. Yeah,
Blake came up before the show started. She wanted to get on stage, and
right.
so I told her, all right, you're gonna come up on stage. So yeah, Blake came up, and what did she do? She sang "Happy Birthday" or something.
Yeah, she sang "Happy Birthday" to somebody. I couldn't tell who it was, but it was somebody in the crowd, I think.
And they put that on Facebook?
She put it on Instagram. Her mom did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if her mom is watching the show, but her mom owns Cameo Fitness. Have you heard of that?
No, what's it called?
Cameo Fitness. It's spelled with a K. It's a Kameo, and then fitness. It's all one word.
Oh, Cami Fitness too?
Cameo Fitness, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Her mom put it on her personal page. Let's see.
Oh, probably on her story. It's not there anymore.
Actually, if you want to put in a Cameo Loya and then the number 1 on Instagram.
Oh, I see it.
I
see. I'm on it.
That's her personal video. And then it's the second video in.
Ready?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
Awesome.
Way cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to. You need to read these words to the next song and do the next song. Okay. Here you go.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, my daughter and her friends went out.
What's your name?
Blake.
Oh. Thanks, Blake.
That's awesome.
Birthday.
Yeah, so my daughter and her friends went out and bought blow up what do you call it? Beach balls.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kids were having a blast with those beach balls in the crowd. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can.
Happy birthday. Okay, ready?
Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cami Fitness. Okay, Cami Fitness too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a Paso family.
Oh yeah. They're born and raised here in SLO County. They all live here in Paso Robles. Actually, Cameo's dad, Steve Loya, worked with my dad at a boys' school,
Okay.
and so they know each other, and they work together and stuff. So yeah, just real family friendly, family oriented, obviously, and just a good all around family. So
Very cool.
yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty cool seeing that on Saturday night, or
Yeah.
she posted it on Saturday. But yeah,
Nice.
so it was pretty cool seeing that.
Fun stuff.
So
All right, what else is going on?
not much over the weekend. It was a pretty relatively quiet weekend, incident wise. Nothing major happened. There was a couple fires yesterday. One at some outbuilding here in Paso. I didn't get the location because I was enjoying the presence of my mom, so I didn't get all the details on that. But however, no, it was a pretty, like I said, pretty mellow weekend. Spent it with my brother yesterday. We spent the afternoon with my mom, and obviously told her how great that she is, and everything else that's going on with that. Yeah, like I said, nothing else. However, I did want to talk about a little bit before Mr. Matt came on. CBS put on another 48 hours show on Saturday night in regarding the Kristen Smart case. And,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I watched it. It was pretty interesting. And actually, I looked it up on May 25th this year. It will actually mark 25 years of Kristen Smart's disappearance.
Yeah.
And so it's the 25th, if you want to call it, anniversary of that. I personally wouldn't say that just because it's not a good thing. So, but this year does mark 25 years of her unfortunate disappearance. And quite a few things jumped out at me during the show that I wanted to discuss right here. One thing that really jumped out to me that I didn't know was the fact that Paul Flores somehow, some way, got a black eye during the case of taking Kristen back to her dorm along with one other party goer by the name of Cheryl Anderson. And Paul, I'll just get right to it. Paul somehow got the black eye, and he told investigators that he got the black eye when he played basketball at some point. But however, one of the other basketball players had told investigators that Paul had the black eye before he came, or when he came to play in the games. So that was something that I didn't know, and I looked into. And so, yeah, it's just little random facts that they had in there.
The black eye at first story was it was a basketball game, and then the actual story changed. I don't know how long it was before the story changed, but then it became he got the black eye while he was removing the car stereo out of his Ford Ranger, and then actually one of the officers said, well, it would be next to impossible for him to be underneath the dash, removing that stereo, get the black eye where he got it. It physically wouldn't have been possible. He would have had to have been basically laying upside down on the dashboard or something for it to hit the eye that was black. So yeah, Okay, so I posted the link to that show.
Mhm.
It was 48 Hours that aired on CBS on Saturday, and so
Right.
the link to that show is in the chat. You guys can click on that if you want to watch it at some point. I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it. Don't know if I will watch it. I'm it's funny. I'm one of those guys that doesn't trust anything that like traditional media puts together as a production, because it's
Oh
just
yeah,
like
that's
they're doing it for the entertainment value. And so I'm like,
right.
okay, do I want to watch it? Do I not want to watch it? But
Yeah,
yeah,
mainstream media these days is pretty interesting when it comes to like missing people and just the whole fact of mysterious,
hmm
suspicious things or whatever. It's all for entertainment. I mean, that's all it's really for. That's unfortunate, but that's just the day and time that we live in when it comes to TV. So,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
All right. Well, what?
But other than that, like I said, it was just really interesting to see that, and just
Yeah, I mean, as more of this stuff happens and comes out, and it gets more and more exposure, like there's just no way that this trial is going to happen inside San Luis Obispo County. And
no,
and the Rex Krebs case, that was another one with he killed the two Cal Poly, or one Cal Poly, one Cuesta student, I think.
yeah,
That case ended up getting moved to Monterey County, I believe.
hmm
And that wasn't as high profile as the Kristen Smart. And so you got to
not at
think,
all.
okay,
Yeah,
this one's definitely going to get moved out of the area.
yeah. There's gonna be there's a pretty good chance that there's going to be a what's called in the legal system change of venue, I believe it's called. So it's not going to be here in SLO County because
Mm-hmm.
I've heard on the news that well, actually a newscaster said it, is that everyone has already convicted Paul and
Mm-hmm.
Ruben in their minds, so it just has to come out to fruition to the rest of the world. And
Yeah, for sure.
so it's just it's different. It's just, I mean, it's just weird. It's different. It's unfortunate at the most. So it's unfortunate and it's just different. Okay,
All right.
moving on. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Well, do me a favor. Find out about those spot fires. See where they
Okay.
were over the weekend. See, what else is going on in and around the county. I think the weather's going to be super nice this week. So yeah, just any information you can get for us between now and 7:55 would be awesome.
Will do.
All right, man. We'll see you back here.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye. All right, Anthony Reed, Past Robles Incidents and Actions. Yeah, where were we? We were talking about prior to that, we were talking about the weekend and and then we saw the clip of the girl singing on stage, the little kid. That was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. If you guys were at the show was a blast. There was a group of nurses, and I don't think they're listening, so I'll just go ahead and say it. These nurses were having a really good time, and they took it upon themselves to really just get up on that stage whenever they wanted and own it, and help me sing, and yeah, so that was interesting. Um, they I could have actually, the whole band could have left the show, walked off the stage, and they would have been fine. They would have just stayed up there and continued having their party. So it was an interesting night, to say the least. All right, Mr. Mac, it's 7:29 a.m. Monday, May 10th. How is okay, what's the countdown? Okay, I found this countdown website, Mr. Mac. Let's see here. Date countdown. It was this one. Okay.
We got 18 days to finals till finals.
No. Nobody cares about finals.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that's not true.
No, that's true. Okay, let's see here. Today is May 10th. Okay. And the year is 2021. And the time is 7:30. Okay. Location of event, Templeton. No matches. They have a Tascadero in there. Should we use that? Okay. Let's see here. Oh, wait, what's the date of graduation? The 10th?
10th, yeah.
06 10 2021. And the time the graduation is at 5? 6. I think it's later, actually. Might be 6.
Let me check the official start time. Let's see. June 10th, official start time is 7 p.m.
Wow. Okay. 1900. All right. Let's see here. Create countdown. Man, all this just to have a countdown.
Sure hoping this is worth it, Mike. Hey, there it is. All right.
31 days, 11 hours, and 28 minutes until graduation.
I love it.
Wow. I can name this countdown too. How do I do that? Edit. Name the countdown. Where is... well, I'll mess with... Oh, here it is. Countdown timer. Graduating. THS graduation. THS. Okay, there it is. The THS graduation officially happening in 31 days.
Got it.
I'll-
I'm gonna make one like that and put it on the website. How's that?
It's awesome, right? Do you want me to
Okay.
send you this link?
Sure.
I'll just drop it in the chat right now.
Sweet. I'll see if I can embed it in our page.
That's so cool. The internet, it's a fascinating thing,
It is. It goes almost worldwide, doesn't it?
right?
Yeah.
Wow. What's going on?
It's Monday, man. It's Monday. We had a big weekend. Lots of activities. I heard several kids got together for a little dancing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great turnout. My daughter was there, so I went and got some pictures. It was beautiful.
Fun.
Yeah. Great for all the parents that helped be a part of that. It was awesome. It was great.
Lots of good pictures online. Kids all had a great time. Everybody stayed safe, so that's always good.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you. The highlight of Saturday for me was watching us kick St. Joe's butt in baseball.
That was quite they really came through. I mean, it's one thing to win 2 games, but the guys outscored them 21-3 in over 2 games. Okay, granted, over 2 games, 11-3 and 10-0. And the 10-0 was it was a no-hitter.
Was it really?
Yeah, no-hitter spread over 3 pitchers.
Okay.
Yeah, Trent. Let's see. Trent had the first 3 innings.
Yep.
No hitter, struck out 2. Kiko pitched a scoreless 4th, no hits. Robbie pitched a scoreless 5th, no hits.
Yeah, it was funny. I talked to Coach Tompkins after the game, and Trent. Actually, Trent threw. That was his first outing since he's had shoulder or arm issues, and he threw, I think, 39 pitches. He said his first inning he threw like 4 pitches. I mean, it was perfect. Fly ball, ground ball, done. But they were up 10-0, and Coach was like, "Okay, let's just end this thing." Robbie, do you want to go in and just try to end it? And Robbie's like, "Yeah, let's go." And 1, 2, 3. It was great. It was perfect because the boys all, within the span of an hour after the game ended, they were all at their date's house for this dance thing that they did, right? And so it was like they wanted to get out of there early anyways. But
They had things to do.
Yeah. That was cool. It was so cool to watch, and man, the bats were just on fire. They came alive. So good stuff.
Yeah.
And then on the other field, who did they play?
Slow.
Okay, and that was a bloodbath.
Oh my gosh. 35. I mean, again, over 2 games, but 35-0. 18 zip. And then they kind of let up a little bit second game and only won 17 zip.
Yeah.
You know, that team's for real. You know,
And they were out of there at like 1:30. I mean, it was like they were done with both games by 1:30. It was so bad.
Yeah. Fornes, Charlotte in the second game had 8 strikeouts, gave up just 2 hits. She went 3 for 3 at the plate and got her second home run of the day because she had one in the opening game. And Izzy and Alyssa and Lucia and Nella Smith all went 2 for 3. And Maddie George and Bella both had home runs. So, yeah, they're just firing on all cylinders right now.
And so, when do we play basketball on Sundays now?
No, they played Friday.
Okay,
but you know, we only put this out on school days, buddy. So you know,
all right.
that
threw me off. I'm like, wait, did we have a game? All right. So boys basketball won also on Friday.
Yeah, a little closer game than when they played them here, but Coach Cherry was saying that's, you know, the guys forget how, and maybe we all forget, you play somebody once, it's hard to duplicate, you know, because the team you're playing against has the opportunity to make some adjustments and figure out what did we do wrong. So the second game tends to be a little closer for the most part.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We are in basketball in league. We're tied for first, though Max Prep says we're in second in league, but we have the same record as Paso, who's 4-0. So we're 4-0, they're 4-0, but I think we're 6-2. No.
Paso's in our league for basketball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not in our division, but in our league. So so we're in a tie-in league. We have the same record as first place. But I think if you're just looking at winning percentages, then you might give Paso the nod, but that's because we haven't played him yet.
Got it.
So Xander's been sitting out these last few games with a bum ankle, but he said he was ready to go. I was talking to him at the prom. And he was saying he was ready to play on Saturday. No, Friday, but the coaching staff just felt like, let's give him another couple days.
Yeah.
And because why take a chance? Our season we really struggled after he went out last year with an injury. So we're giving him a few more days rest. My guess is he's going to be back in the lineup this week.
Is this Nicky right here? Did he get a haircut?
I don't know. It might be the angle.
All right. Yeah, and I saw that adopt the senior thing. You know, Seth Cherry's adopted parent is the coach for Morro Bay. That's awesome.
Yeah, we just want to make sure he has good games against Morro Bay, and
right.
In that is, you know what I'm saying.
And Seth, don't eat anything that they make for you pre-game.
Exactly.
Caution.
Hey, and we had a good outing on the track as well.
There we go.
Some good, just some good efforts, some good season records and personal records run by our guys. And I said in there that it was at Pioneer Valley. It was actually at Santa Maria, so my bad on that. Pioneer Valley was hosting it, but they were hosting it at Santa Maria, so sorry about that.
So wait, this picture is taken at Santa Maria High School?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I could be wrong. That could be Pioneer Valley. Anyway.
I don't know. Huh. All right, so here's some of the results. What do we got?
You get some great ones. Nicholson with a second and a first on the 200 meters and the 400 meters. Josh Bell of cross country fame. He got a second in the 1600 and a first in the 3200 meter. And
Second. What did he get second? What?
Yeah. So here's the deal.
Did he run backwards?
No, but he gave them all like 3 laps start. No, just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So he was running against the guy who has been billed as the fastest guy in the county running for Santa Maria. And they showed down against each other in cross country, and they were neck and neck for their cross country meet. There was 12 laps around the track.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 of those laps, they were neck and neck. And then the Santa Maria runner clipped one of his own runners and went down.
Wow.
Race never to be finished, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but Josh wins and beat that guy's best score by 20 seconds. Okay. So, who knows? So then they get a chance because this cross country runner also runs track. So now they get a chance to run the 1 mile. And, by some accounts, some people were saying that, I mean, it was right down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
And some say that Josh kind of got boxed out, at the end. I don't know. Anyways,
so
then they rematch in the 2 mile after that. And they're going, and then this guy's shoe comes off.
Wow.
Yeah. The spiked shoes come off. Never seen that before. And he doesn't finish the race, and Josh wins. So
1,600 meters is 1 mile.
Yeah.
And a 4:40 mile is a fast time.
A 4. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
4 minutes, 40 seconds for 1 mile is like unreal.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And his 2 mile, his 2 mile was 5:0 whatever, 5:01.
5:01.
5:01 and a half. So anyways, interesting. And I don't know what the Santa Maria guys, and when the newspaper says that he's fastest guy in the county, that very well may be true because that's not our county.
Exactly. It's not our county.
But if I'm choosing between the two, I'm taking freshman Josh Bell because we got 3 more years of that guy.
Wow. So what's Josh's background? Does he come from a family of runners, or do we know?
Comes from a family of athletes.
Okay.
His sister is coming in. I think she's in 8th grade now. His sister's coming in, not to, take the spotlight off Josh, but truth be told, she is quite the swimmer.
Oh,
so we are pretty excited about that. And Mike, I got to tell you, I was in the office the other day, and we've got a student transferring in who is going to be a senior next year, and she is quite a swimmer.
Mm.
So that's going to be interesting to see. So Josh Bell also swims, and he's done really well in swim this year, with a lot of first places and that sort of stuff. So the Bell family, quite the athletes.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, here's a clue. I see a clue. Home of the
There it is. What is it?
Pioneer Valley.
Okay. Whew, I was right then. The first time I was right.
Yeah. Okay.
So Santa Maria's got a screen like that too.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So here's some girls' results.
Yep. Yeah, and you'll see Maddie Bobbitt, of course, from cross country. She swept the 1600 and the 3200. And in the 3200, she was like 3 steps from lapping second place.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think she won by maybe a minute and a half, something like that in that race. I mean, really, really not close.
Yeah.
And that's how it was for her. Her only losses in cross country.
Is this her?
Yeah. Her only losses in cross country or in track in the distance, I think this is true, were her first ever runs against Atascadero. She'd never run cross country before. So beginning of the year, which wasn't really the beginning of the year, but the beginning of cross country season, that was her first loss. And she was, she got 3rd or something. Oh. And she was just, by her own estimate, she didn't really know what she was doing at that point. She's just in great shape. And she wishes she had the chance to run against them again. And maybe she will in one of these track meets. Track and cross country, they're a little bit different, but
Yeah. And so I see Harper got first in the discus.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
second in the shot put.
And PRs, which is really what we want. Is we want the kids, because it's not all about. I mean, it's nice to beat the other opponents, but to see that you're improving yourself, that's really what we're looking for. So that was great. And Ryan Huffman, she's our jumper. I don't know if you know Ryan, super sweet young lady, but first in the high jump, fourth in the long jump, third in the triple. So
wow.
Yeah. So we got some great athletes in no matter what sport you choose. We got some great athletes out there really representing the school well.
So track kind of was on hold for a couple weeks, or they didn't have anything, and now they're kicking off again. How long does track season go? Do you know?
They don't have a lot left.
Okay.
They didn't have a super long season. Let me look it up for you. That actually, if I'm not mistaken, was league championship there.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think that's true. Let me look really fast because you're asking me something and didn't give me the heads up that I would need to know this. Let's see.
You got it all at your fingertips.
I know, man. I do. Okay, so that was no. I take that back. That was the PV meet. Next Saturday, actually, that is the Santa Maria meet, and then we have Ocean League prelims on Friday the 21st. And Ocean League finals on the 28th. And then depending on how they do in that, that'll determine CIF and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And because you mentioned it, Mike, CIF, we've got our first CIF contest coming up this Friday. We got girls tennis kicking off.
Ooh.
Actually, I take that back. This is league individuals, which will help place them for CIF. So it's kind of a prelim sort of thing, but we're looking super excited. I'm going to get a picture of them today and I'll share that with you. And we've got, not all of our girls have chosen to participate. Don't really know the story behind that, but it doesn't matter. We were undefeated, and so we're definitely going to be the favorites in this, and excited to see what happens once we hit CIF. Guys too, I believe guys are this weekend or are early next week.
Are we calling it CIF? Is that the official name for the competition?
This is league singles championships.
Right.
And then how you do in this will help determine, because you would be league champs, would determine your placement, your seeding for CIF. So I would say this is more of a prelim.
No, but they're calling CIF actually CIF this year.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, Joe was saying season number 2. They were calling it for a minute.
I don't know. I don't have my own show, and I don't get access like you do to some of these people. So,
right.
But I'll have a moment with them today.
I don't know what the correct terminology is, but it's basically CIF.
Yeah,
that's all we know.
Yeah, we may call it a different name, but it's championships. Championships.
Golf's today. Okay.
Monday is golf. If it's Monday, it's golf.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, it's a perfect day for golf too. Although it was a little windy, right?
Yeah.
A little windy in North County.
Are they? I don't know. Are they home? Or are they on the road? They must be on the road.
They're at home. Looks like they're playing Hunter Ranch.
Oh, I may be able to swing out and catch a little bit of that.
Yeah. Hunter Ranch today. Tomorrow, soccer, tennis, boys volleyball. I didn't realize Paso had a boys volleyball team.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, another busy week of sports, it looks like.
It sure is. Yeah, and we're excited for all sorts of stuff that's coming up next week, Mike. You might want to get Mr. Diodati on, because next week we have Makers Fair.
Oh, Mr. Diodati. Okay.
So Dio, I believe that is on Wednesday, next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. And that's an opportunity, if people don't know about that, that's an opportunity to see some of our sharpest minds and the things they've created for really an engineering fair is what it
Mhm.
is. And you've got things from cutting boards to rebuilt cars to, I mean, just you'll walk in. Actually, it's normally in the gym. This year it's in the quad, open to the public. And man, you just be fascinated by the things these guys come up with.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. That's so cool. Okay, so Mr. Diodati, I think he's got an interesting story too, doesn't he? Like, I know that he's super popular with the kids.
Oh yeah,
He's
he was our staff member of the month last month.
amazingly brilliant mind,
Yep.
inspires all these children, the kids, with what he does. Yeah, okay, Mr. Diodati, I wrote him on my list.
Sweet. And he could be making a lot more money doing something else, but he really cares about the kids and really wants to make a difference and help them get started. And, one of the things that the kids talk about when they share about him is he's not just teaching, engineering and physics and all that sort of stuff, but he really is helping prepare them for life, giving them life lessons and helping them to think through the bigger picture and that sort of stuff. So yeah, he's great teacher. One of our great teachers.
So you said something. So teachers don't make a lot of money?
Not necessarily the cash, but the you get to work at Templeton, man. That is a blessing itself.
You can't put a price tag on that. I
Right.
mean, it's
Absolutely.
wow.
You'd like to put a price tag on it, but you can't.
The bank will accept that, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I got to go because it's class time.
Get out of here. We
All
will.
right.
We'll chat with you tomorrow. I will see you. Oh, by the way, I need to get that Cambro out of the lounge for Starbucks to return it to them.
Yeah, okay. They probably want that back, huh? Let's see. Oh, I have Abby today. She can grab it.
Oh, perfect. That would work great. Yeah, Elizabeth Nickel over at Starbucks Food for Less Shopping Center donated that to you guys. So that's I should probably return that.
We appreciate her.
Awesome.
And you, Mike. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great day.
You too. See you. Bye. All right, Matt McFarland, Templeton ASB advisor and the activities director, joins us every day at 7:30 to talk about all things Templeton High School happening, sports, athletics, and activities. So very cool of him to join us as always. All right, it's 7:53 a.m. It's Monday, May 10th. This is the Morning Buzz. I think we're in week 9 of this show, week 9. And as we are getting ready to transition into the summertime, I'm getting ready to make some major changes and announcements to what's happening with the future of the show. More on that here in the next coming days and weeks. But there'll be a little bit of a shift, a mix-up, and all good for the viewership and the content and the quality of the content for the show. So looking forward to what's coming up. That being said, all right, it's 7:53. Mr. Anthony, what's happening?
Hey, what's up? Not much. I had during that last half hour, I had a thought that I wanted to bring to your attention and get your opinion on. How about maybe if we reach out to Pasco's police chief, Ty Lewis, because I know that you told me to go find out somebody for the golf tournament.
Yep.
That's going to happen later this month. So would you want me to put some feelers out to the police chief?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you could get him on, that would be fantastic. I'd love to hear from him.
Yeah, because I saw him on Saturday at an event that I went to, and so I told him that I would email him in the next coming days, and so
Okay.
I will do so when I'm off of the show.
What event did you go to?
There was the SLO County News event in the park. They had their 1-year anniversary, and it was a pretty cool thing in the park. I got invited, so I went down there and checked it out for a couple hours, and it was just basically just them celebrating themselves and the work that they do for the community. And so, yeah, it was a pretty good turnout. Only one representative from the Paso Police Department showed up. Obviously, the whole department was invited, but Ty Lewis did show up, and so he was talking to everybody and all that stuff. So it was kind of cool to see him. So yeah, I will do that when the show is over, and hopefully I'll have some results for you tomorrow.
Okay, cool. No,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yep.
Fantastic. Anything else going on?
No, just a follow up on that structure fire that I talked about in the beginning of the show. That was near Camp 8 Road and Creston Road. The actual address was 9780 Creston Road. Apparently, it was an outbuilding, so it was like somebody's barn caught fire and burned the whole building down. There's no pictures. There's no other statements in regards to that. So yeah.
Let's see here. I'm gonna get a visual on it. I'm sure people watching probably know whose property that is.
9780 Creston Road.
9780 Creston Road. All right, so there's Camp 8.
Yeah, it's right near Camp 8 Road.
Oh, okay. So there's Windfall Farms. Okay, Camp 8. So it's this place right here, huh?
Yeah, it was somewhere in that area. Yeah.
Oh, is that the old the stud farm? I think so.
I'm not too familiar with
Yeah,
with the area out there.
that's an old horse ranch, stud farm that used to be owned by Alex Trebek back in the day, and then before that it was called gosh, what was it called in the 80s? I don't remember it. But beautiful place where they used to raise racehorses.
Yeah, I had heard that he owned some property in the county, but I wasn't sure exactly where it was.
That's it.
Interesting.
Okay, well, cool. What else? Anything?
Nope. I just checked in with the CHP on their CAD, and they're not reporting anything, which is a good thing for a Monday morning. So that means everyone's doing well and traveling well and doing what they should be doing on the road, and then that's not looking at their phone and driving and everything else.
Good deal.
Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah. So it's shaping up to be, like I said, a good week. Supposed to be mid-90s this week. Weather-wise, no rain or storms or anything like that. However, I did want to mention one thing, Matt. I don't know if you caught this, but in the mornings they, and I'm not throwing any shade or whatever, but they seem to talk about the fog like every morning. So I'm just like,
Who?
I haven't.
Who talks?
KSBY.
Oh, got it.
So I'm just like, okay, there's fog. Okay, it'll burn off by 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just find it interesting that they make it a point to make sure that they talk about the fog. I'm not throwing any shade, so don't take me wrong, but it's just something I realized and recognized over the last couple weeks or so. Like as it's getting hot and getting into more of the spring and summertime, they're still talking about fog and all that. It's like, okay. But yeah, it's interesting. So yeah.
Hey, so so we had our live broadcast on Friday from Barrel House. Aside from the connectivity issues that we had, what are some of the things that we need to do different? Did you get any feedback?
Yeah, I got a few comments. The one would be the obvious one that we talked about is lighting. I mean, obviously, I'm darker than you. Can I say that?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty apparent. We have different skin pigmentation.
And well, I mean, it's just because, like, I mean, obviously, I'm African American, obviously, and so a lot of
I'm Irish Mexican American.
So a lot of like production and all that stuff isn't really, I'll say, dark skin for friendly. And there has to be some adjustments. Like for me here, I've had to get a ring light to like project myself so I can be seen, and that sort of thing. So just lighting stuff, and obviously like what we've already talked about in the Wi-Fi and all that connectivity stuff.
Yep.
So just little stuff, nothing major. They said that the audio was kind of spotty as well. So
Yeah.
no other negative comments or anything like that. Just like I said, kind of the lighting and and the Wi-Fi. So much over that, they said it was a great show, like overall.
Okay, good. Yeah. I thought the sound was good with Todd and I playing. I thought that went well. The Todd's 0 for 2 with interviews with us, by the way. The first one he had was didn't work out very well, and then this one was bad. So we're going to get Todd on again to do it right. And hopefully one of the announcements I'll be making here in the coming weeks will be that we will find more of a permanent home for a studio to do the show daily out of,
Okay.
which will be with super fast internet, which will be fun. That'll be exciting. But yeah, your ring light really helps. You're lit up really nicely right now, better than mine. Mine is a little more of a different color. The ring light tends to be more of a natural light. That just kind of brightens up your whole room.
Yeah,
I
can change colors and stuff. See, watch, see like that.
No,
and everything else. So, but yeah, that right there is kind of a more natural light, and so
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that looks good. Hold on. Now I'm going to adjust my light. Stand by.
So Mike is fixing his light, his ring light, for those of you that are still watching us. Thank you for everything that you guys have done in the last nine weeks. So yeah, I was just thanking everybody for just us supporting us in the last 9 weeks or so.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? 9 weeks. This is week 9.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I just turned my light, adjusted it a little. I don't know if that helps or not, but
I can't see a difference.
You can't?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just leave it alone then. Yeah, Barrel House. That was a good setting. I'll bring a light with me, portable, next time we do it there. I think I want to do it again there at the truck stage. I do want to get better Wi-Fi signal there. I don't know how we can accomplish that. Which that's going to be one of the major hurdles we have with any time we go remote, is dealing with somebody else's Wi-Fi connectivity.
I even thought about, after the show, like going inside and sitting at the bar area. I mean, because like we were there at 6:30.
Yep.
And like nobody was there except for the few people that worked there in the mornings, like before they open. So maybe that's an option for us next time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I did want to have that outdoor visibility, though, right? Like if you, let me see here. Bear with me. I'm going to find my cursor. Where is my cursor? Oh, great. Now my Wi-Fi is not working. Oh, now it is. All right. So here's doom, boom. All right. Here's our show on Friday. See, like that's a good background, right? But it was super dark, both of us, when it was cloudy.
Right.
Let's see. Then the sun started to come out.
Mhm.
But see, that looks good, right?
Yeah, for our production in the background, it was good, but like I said, we just needed like more lighting on like myself and you, and just lighting in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, that's a bummer. I felt like we had a really good show on Friday with, with what we were up against, but it was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and like I said, the sound it was it was good, and obviously, um, we know that it was kind of spotting on the way home as well. But I think the sound caught your guitars pretty well, and your voices too, as you two were singing like towards the end of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and oh, the other feedback I got was uh, they couldn't hear, like when we had Melissa, well, both Melissas on. When I had them on the phone, they could
Mhm.
hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Like the viewers couldn't hear us.
Right.
So, but we could hear both on our end. So it was just, that's just all Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
Um, hey, I was shocked though. I went on our YouTube channel, um, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but we broadcast live on YouTube. Let's see here. Switch accounts. Morning Buzz. I went on our YouTube channel and I didn't realize we had 15 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, it says we're live there right now. Um, yeah, so people are watching the show on YouTube too, which is great.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Mhm.
Um, I guess I should start sending shouts out to the YouTube people, but
Yeah,
most of the
and there should be some kind of way that you can like view the Facebook comments and then also view the YouTube comments. Have you tried that?
yeah. So our feed that we have that's up here on the comments is both
Oh, okay.
YouTube and Facebook, but nobody's commenting real time on YouTube,
Right.
just on Facebook. So
Yeah.
um, yeah. Well, okay. So we'll talk more about kind of what it looks like moving forward in terms of our setup, but um, yeah, I think we're getting there. It's just gonna take a little more time. What do you got going on this week? You got physical therapy, and you're cleaning your apartment. What else?
That's pretty much it. Just keep getting ready for kind of the warmer weather and the possibility of another surgery. So just kind of waiting to hear kind of what the doctor's going to talk about with that here in June when I go back there. And I mean, it won't be like a open knee surgery like it
Mhm.
was in the very beginning of my recovery process, but nevertheless, the word surgery.
Right.
That's kind of scary for some people, but if you know like what like the doctor's gonna do, and like my doctor is great. Like um, I don't know how long he's been um, dealing with people's knees, and I mean he's an orthopedist or an orthopedic surgeon,
Yeah.
and that's like arms, um, uh, obviously legs, hands, everything that is pretty much like an extension of like your main body um, is dealt with this uh, orthopedic surgeon, and so
Mhm.
it won't be. It's I think the correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think it's called an arthroscopic surgery where they put. I don't mean to get graphic here, but they put a camera on the end of something, and then they stick it into your knee, and then, or at least in my case, uh, my knee, and then they scrape out. What they're going to do is they're basically just going to scrape out the scar tissue for more mobility and bending in my right knee, and so if you want to call that a surgery, then okay. But I think the correct term is arthroscopic, I think.
Arthroscopic surgery, also known as arthroscopy, is a minimally invasive orthopedic procedure
Right.
used to diagnose and treat joint problems. It involves the use of narrow scope called arthroscope,
Mhm.
and named after probably somebody named Arthro, and specialized surgical tools to access a joint through tiny keyhole incisions.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Well, I'm not looking forward to it, but that's what I'm looking to have happen again to me for the either third or fourth time during this last year of my recovery. And I mean, like I said, my doctor's great. He told me from the jump that he thinks that because of the extent of the injury, that it's going to be a pretty extensive and long recovery. And he goes,
This is pretty graphic, but
right.
this is arthroscopic surgery on a rotator cuff tear. This is what I need.
Huh. So just imagine that like in a knee joint. So if you can imagine that,
Yep.
then that's my case. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, that's what I'm facing in probably mid June or late July. And so, like I said, my doctor's great. He tells me everything that's going to happen. He's upfront and honest about it, and he's I've gained a lot of respect for him because of that. I mean, because obviously I don't want to be lied to in doctor's office, obviously.
Yep.
And so, but yeah, he's gotten me this far and back up on my feet. And so, he said it's going to be a long, extensive recovery after this. So it's just where we are.
Well, slow and steady. Every day's progress. So that's good.
Yep. So like I said, I have physical therapy later this week on Wednesday, and just like I said, just slowly prepping for the chance of another surgery. But other than that, everything's pretty steady.
Good deal.
Yep.
All right, Anthony. Well, we'll check back with you in a little bit.
All right. See you then.
All right, man. Thanks. See ya.
No problem.
All right, Anthony Reed, past rebels, incidents, and actions. And just in case you're wondering why we're talking about Anthony's injuries, Anthony was in a car accident about a year ago where they literally had to extract him from the vehicle. I mean, it was just a complete mess. Lucky to be alive, but he's had a long road back recovery-wise. And Anthony's not a small guy. Like, it's not like you can just, open the door to the car and pull him out. Anthony's 6'6". He's about 3 times as tall as me. He's a monster. So good guy. And he's doing well with his road to recovery. So that's good to hear. But he's been tracking it with us, or we've been tracking it with him, I should say. So we're happy to hear that he's continuing down that path to recovery. All right, let's talk athletics. Let's talk high school athletics. But first, before we go into high school athletics, let's talk Joe Farley's birthday. So what did you end up doing?
Well, I went to work, and then you saw me at the volleyball game, and Sheila came and relieved me there. And then I went home and relaxed and turned off my brain from about 5 to 9, and then I went to bed. So it was pretty wild.
That was it. Oh, okay. And then I heard you celebrated it at Barrel House too on Friday for a little bit.
Well, I just came to, actually I was talking to Coach Johnson, and he said he was going to head down there to watch you perform, and I didn't have anything going Friday night, surprisingly enough. So we went down there to watch you, and so we stayed for a little bit, and then went back home and had to wake back up because we had baseball and softball Saturday morning.
Hey, can I put you on the spot and kind of like teeter the line of maybe being a little unprofessional?
I don't know where this is going.
Well, it's funny because it's a typical high school kid thing, but more than one high school kid that saw you on Friday made the comment like, "Have you seen Coach Farley's wife? She's really pretty." Type comment, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Almost.
that's good.
What's that?
That's good. We can go there all we want. Yeah, she's definitely outkicked my coverage there. So
That's awesome.
yeah, she hasn't
so-
figured it out yet, but
So the boys enjoyed seeing you guys out there.
or seeing my wife. Yeah, that's
Right,
it.
exactly. Yeah, that's funny. Too much. And then so Friday Barrel House, Saturday we had sports. Both the baseball and softball teams swept on Saturday.
I think there was the added pressure of prom, and the baseball team was probably told, "Hey, if you're not ready to go by 6 p.m., then I'm leaving you." So they had to hurry up and get that second game going. The girls, they had to start getting ready. So their game time actually was an hour earlier, and then they went, 10-run ruled back-to-back games, so they didn't have any problem with the time. But with a little bit of added motivation of prom happening, I think that they were like, let's get this over with and let's get this show on the road. So
Yeah,
they
I
took
think
the business.
the girls were out of there by like 1:30.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was quick.
For sure. Wow. I just spoke with Matt McFarland, and we talked a little bit about the games this week. He said we have some preliminary matches with tennis, I guess, to get ready for season 2 or CIF.
Yeah, we have our league tournament happening this weekend. So it's not the tennis team traveling as a team to go and play these other schools. It's the individuals or the doubles team. They're going to go and participate in this league tournament, and then they can qualify for the area tournament. And then from the area tournament, they'll qualify for the CIF playoffs. So that all starts this weekend.
The area tournament's next after that. What is that?
The area tournament is the 21st, I think, right now. So that's basically where we have the Ocean League and the Mountain League. And then we also get schools like in Carruthers that come over. We're part of the western part of our section, so or the western area. So then we get all those together and go and try and qualify for CIF from that.
Okay. Is it possible to lose and still qualify for CIF?
Yes. Well, you have to make it so far, So for the league tournament, I think they take the top 6 in the bracket that move on to the area tournament, and then in the area tournament they take the top 4. So
Okay.
You have to make it to the semifinals at least for both of those.
And then when we get to CIF, who do we face?
Well, so this would be like individual girls that are gonna face off against other individuals in the section. So from our division, though.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing because tennis has that team aspect to it and the individual aspect. So this weekend is just focusing on that individual aspect. We're going to go to CIF as a team later on, where we'll play kind of the same format that we played throughout the year.
Got it. Okay. So then if I'm an individual, can I win this tournament and then the next tournament and CIF as an individual?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. And does that mean the school wins or no?
Well, we all win. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so that'd be like an individual, like as far as like I don't think anyone's ever done it individually at Templeton. So it's kind of like a individual banner, but then there's also the possibility of the Templeton High School team winning CIF.
Got it. Okay. Hey, did I ask you? I know we spoke on Thursday, I think, morning. Did I ask you about Rigetti when we were down there, like for volleyball? There were no face masks.
Yeah, you did ask me that.
Did you look into that?
I did not.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, and then Templeton, right? Didn't the players not have face masks on?
Yeah, well, some of them did, some of them didn't.
Yeah, I mean, is that a change in the guidance now for indoor athletes, or do we not know?
No, I haven't seen a change in that.
Okay, it was just personal preference.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, the guidelines are kind of a gray area to begin with, so
sure. Okay, but we're still kind of maintaining the positivity rate of COVID positive tests coming back. Like, not many athletes are testing positive, right?
yeah, we're still testing. I mean, we're not testing the girls volleyball team obviously anymore because their season has concluded. We still test the basketball teams, and then we tested the boys volleyball team this last Friday because they actually have their final 2 games this coming week against Paso, so we had to test them.
Okay.
So yeah, it's still continuing. We're not testing the football team anymore though, so it's just reduced down to pretty much the basketball teams at this point.
So the in-season sports that are happening.
Yep.
Okay.
That's cool.
And then we have girls basketball and boys basketball and boys volleyball, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What about like the CIF or those sports?
As far as testing requirements?
Yeah.
Yeah. So CIF kind of released the thing that, you will have to follow the most strict, because districts can always be more strict than what the state has put out. So, we haven't been testing our soccer team, but let's say we were going to go play a school and they had been testing their soccer team and it's kind of a requirement, then we'd have to kind of follow and align with them on what they require at their school if we're going to go play at their school site.
Okay.
So it'll be ever changing, basically week to week or game to game when we get to that point.
And do we know anything about when June 15th comes and the state is officially reopened? If there's been talk about anything changing on the sports end?
I have not seen anything. I mean, that whole June 15th thing, I haven't looked too much into it. That's a little bit down the road. So yeah. I haven't really divulged into that, but I haven't seen any changes to this point that are going to happen in athletics. And June 15th, we're looking at pretty much just our softball and baseball teams that would still be competing during that time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I hadn't heard that June 15th date for a while. And then yesterday it came up in conversation and I was like, oh yeah, June 15th is supposed to be this day where things are normal, but who knows?
Yeah. I have no idea what that normal is. So
right.
I'm not even trying to figure it out yet.
And do you guys, switching gears, do you guys have a boosters meeting tonight?
Yep, we do have a booster meeting tonight. And last time we talked about it, we didn't really have a location, but it is going to happen tonight, 6 p.m. At the Booster Snack Shack at the Volunteer Stadium at the high school. So any and all are welcome to join us there. We kind of are going to be wrapping up the end of this year and start looking into what we got to do for next year. So it's a good meeting for a new person to come and join because you can kind of see the 2 seasons in one end and one start to begin. And so
the Snack Shack, just I'll pull up a map here so we can Templeton School. If I'm a new person incoming, I want to get involved. It's probably a little difficult to navigate to get to the Snack Shack if the gates aren't all open. So what's the best way to access it?
The best way is to come in through like the ticket booth gate for football and soccer games.
So it's gonna be open.
Oh yeah, it'll be open, so they can just kind of walk up that driveway, and then you'll see us all sitting outside, at tables. So we won't let
Main Street. Here's that ticket booth. You walk right up here. The Snack Shack is right there.
Oh, we're not seeing your screen, but we believe
you can't see my cursor. Yeah. Okay. There's the Snack Shack. So there's the path. There's the Snack Shack. So that will be open. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. Oh, I should put the screen. There you go. Now you can see my screen. Can you see my cursor now? Yeah.
Yep. We
All
got
right.
you.
Main Street, Walkway, Snack Shack, right there. Cool. Okay, and that's at 6 p.m. Melinda's going to be making sure that she gets your phone number and email address and signs you up to volunteer at every sporting event next year. That'll
Yeah,
be
because
great.
you need a break.
Yeah. Hey, I enjoyed Saturday watching the baseball games.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, and everyone always goes, "Who's your kid? What number's your kid?" I'm like, I don't have a kid out there. Like, what? Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. And the snack bar on Saturday, St. Joe's parents were like, "Man, we really appreciate you guys having this open. This is the first snack bar we've seen that's open on any of these games." And
Yeah.
we made a decent amount of money on Saturday, so I think it's worth it. There's value there, and obviously all the food is prepackaged and so there's no kind of transmission of any fluids to anything because there's no chance of it happening. Yeah, super safe, prepackaged stuff, and it's just a nice thing that we can offer to everybody. And it was hot, so everyone was drinking waters and Gatorades.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good
the drinks
stuff.
are the best deal because it gets warm down there. Especially last Saturday, there wasn't as much wind as the previous week, so the sun was just beating on you, and there's no shade unless you got an easy up. But then those easy ups are blowing over sometimes. So
Yeah,
the fluids are the most important part.
the tops of my feet got a little red, but yeah,
That's what you get for making fun of me the last week about spraying that sunscreen.
right, exactly. Perfect. Oh man. All right. Any other announcements you need to get out there before we let you go?
We do have cheer tryouts coming up this week. So we've gotten a couple incoming freshmen. They're trying to get their paperwork in, so they're cleared to participate in that. So just a reminder, we are switching from the yellow card to the blue card. Bottom line, that's the physical exam form that you need to fill out and have the doctor fill out, and then complete the family ID, which is on the athletics website under athlete clearance. So do both of those things before you're actually able to try out. And then, they have a couple clinic days this week with the tryouts happening on this Saturday. So
Okay.
that's for those incoming ninth graders mainly.
And are they offering physicals on campus?
We're working on that. So we had Dr. Orlando kind of take over as our team doctor for this year. So kind of ran it past him. Usually we don't want to do it this early because those physicals are only good for 1 year. So we kind of want to wait till later on in May. So we're still working on it. No guaranteed or set date at this point, but something that I really want to make happen. And I think Archie wants to make happen too.
Yeah, I mean, times have changed. I remember back in the 90s, we'd literally walk into our coach's office and there'd be 3 doctors sitting in there with like little dividers, and you just drop your pants and there you go. Like, yeah, that's they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, not quite.
No. Oh man. All right. Well, cool. We appreciate your time today, Joe. Hope you have a good week.
Thanks. You too. I'll see you around.
See ya. All right, Joe Farley, that is the athletic director for Templeton High School, talking about a couple things happening, like working on getting physicals ready for the kids. And excuse me, I was choking. And then also tonight, boosters meeting 6 p.m. Happening at the Snack Shack at Templeton High School. So if you want to be involved in your students' athletic experience, the Athletic Boosters is a great way to do that. Those people work their butts off for all of these activities. And, for Joe mentioned last week, we have, I think he said something like almost 300 student athletes, and out of the 300 student athletes, we only have, I don't know, 25 booster members that are volunteers. So that's a majority of those student athletes, parents who aren't involved in doing extracurricular stuff to help out those programs. Which we get it. Life's busy, and everybody's got different priorities and things going on. But if you want to get involved, it's a great way to get involved and give back, volunteering your time as an athletic booster member. And so Allison and I have done it last 2-3 years, and we've just enjoyed all of it, just being involved and working in the snack bar. You get to know a lot of the parents, you get to know a lot of the kids, even the people in the community that come out to the games that don't have any connections. It's just fun. It's a great way to meet other people, and know that you're doing a good job to help raise money for these students' athletic activities. So Templeton Boosters. Let's see. I think I'm gonna. Let me look at my schedule here this week. Where will I be at? Put the schedule up, and home game Wednesday, JV baseball. Okay, varsity baseball's away. Softball. Yeah, so it looks like we'll be out at the field on Wednesday, and Saturday there'll be a snack bar open here for softball and baseball. So I'll probably be at one, or if not both of those days. But it's also a great way to see the games, right? Like with limited capacity right now, if you do find yourself wanting to go check some baseball out, and you don't have a player on the team, it's a great way to go out and support and watch the game, and then also obviously volunteer your time. So more on that. If you let me put my caption up, the right one. If you want more information on boosters, you can always email me. It's morningbuzzaroundtown@gmail.com. And I can put you in touch with Melinda or anyone else in that group that can help you. So there it is, the booster stuff. That meeting is tonight at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock at the Snack Shack. All right, so in case you're just joining us, good morning. It's Monday, May 10th, 2021. Today is day number 42 of my 75 hard challenge. And just to recap the story that I told you at the beginning of the show, I actually went all day yesterday up until 5 p.m. without having done any of my tasks on my checklist. And the way it works is you literally have 24 hours to complete your day, and your day consists of 2 workouts spread 3 hours apart from each other at least. Taking a progress photo, 10 pages of reading, and then following your diet, and then doing your gallon of water intake. And so at 5 p.m. last night, after a long day of celebrating my mom for Mother's Day, playing music at church, and waking up super early to do some stuff to prep for my speaking that I was doing at church, I found myself at 5 p.m. last night going, I'm at a crossroads. I can throw in the towel and I can give up and just fail at completing day 41, or I can work out right now, take 3 hours, work out again, get it all done, and it'll be a late night, but that's what I'm willing to do to make it through this day to get to tomorrow. And that's what I chose to do. And I'm so glad this morning waking up that I did it, because I had a dream about it last night. It was so funny. After I finished working out I think I got done working out at 11:30, my second workout, and then I went to bed. But I woke up having a dream about the fact that I did it. And so I was very, what's the word? Proud, I guess, of myself for doing it. Had I not done it, all that would happen is the challenge would be over. I will have failed it, and then I could start over today with day one. Because the thing is you have to go 75 days in a row for this challenge. And the minute that you lose a day or you don't complete it in a day, you're back to day one. And so, excuse me, I'm tired. People might say, well, that's not that big of a deal. You went 40 days and you missed a day and then you start over. And, your body doesn't change. Nothing changes in that one magical day where you miss. But what really changes is your mental, like the psyche, right? I mean, if you choose to fail that day and then you accept that as being okay, like you give yourself the excuse, oh, well, it was Mother's Day and well, I got to spend time with my family, so that was good and this and that. Like if you give yourself those outs, then it's just going to make the next time that much easier. That's what I keep telling myself anyways. And that's why I didn't do it. Ultimately, why I chose to keep doing it was because I knew with my personality, if I quit or if I choose not to complete it, it's going to make it that much easier the next time. And with my personality, that's exactly what will happen. I gave myself that out once. I'll give myself that out again. And so, that's not how I'm doing it. I will also say, look, I started this thing. I weighed 200 pounds. I was inflammation. I was bloated. I was, too much alcohol, too much sugar in my diet, it's just too much, right? And I felt it in my mind and my body. I just felt like crap. And so 42 days into this, actually 40 days into this, I woke up Saturday morning, again, starting at 200 pounds. I woke up Saturday morning and I weighed 177. So that's 23 pounds I have lost in 40 days on this challenge. And I'm kind of floating back and forth between 177 and 180. Like those kind of been where I've been sitting, right? My ideal weight that I'd like to get to is probably around 167, 168. I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'10", and so my build, I'm super narrow, but I carry all my excess weight right on my spare tire, which is where most men do, right? Like it goes, and that's super unhealthy, and it's not sustainable, and it causes back problems, and the inflammation around your gut and your midsection. I mean, nothing good comes from it, and that's all stemming from choices, right? Lack of exercise and what I choose to put in my body, and so yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I'm fascinated by it. And at 43 years old, I'm like really trying to focus on building the foundation for a long-term sustainable kind of lifestyle for me to feel really good into my 90s, into my 100s, into my 110s. I believe that our generation is going to live to be well into their hundreds based on all of the things that we know about health and nutrition and science and all these things now. So I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul. Why not? Hey, so the other thing I finally did on Saturday was Saturday morning after the show. Again, I worked out twice on Friday, and then I had the show on Friday night. I was bouncing around on stage. I was jumping up and down. I was running around the crowd, burning calories. I was tired on Saturday morning, but I knew I had to exercise and get my workouts in. So I texted Todd, who's in the band, and I said, Todd, are you going to this yoga thing that's at the backyard at 10 a.m.? He says, yes, I will be there. And I said, cool, I'm going to join you. So I actually went to the backyard. They hosted this Dharma Loft, is that what it is? Yoga studio in Paso. They did a parking lot yoga class at the backyard at 10 a.m. on Saturday. And it was amazing. It was my first time I've ever tried yoga. I finally did it and I loved it. It was like It's super addicting, I think. But I could see myself doing yoga 5 or 6 times a week. It was peaceful, and it was strenuous, and it was challenging, and strenuous and challenging, pretty much the same thing. Maybe not. But I loved it. There was about 13 people there. There was only 3 guys. Everyone else was girls. The person that led the class, what was her name? Jillian, I think. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, Jillian. Jillian led the class. She was amazing. And it was cute. Her little daughter was there, and her little daughter was like 5, and she had her own yoga mat, and she was doing yoga. And so it was cool. And the sun was shining. It was the perfect temperature. We were in this parking lot. It was nice and calm. Lots of breathing, lots of slow movements, and lots of, can you see? Hold on. It was like lots of, breathing and stretching and this type of thing. And yeah, just like a lot of this. It was amazing. So I loved it. I'm in. You got me, yoga. I'm in. And it was a workout. Contrary to what you might think, yoga really does a lot of things to your body that you wouldn't think about. So I was had Amanda. Yeah, good choice. I know, Amanda. It's like I was super nervous yesterday, wondering how I was going to get yesterday completed, but I did it. So, but yoga was great. I will definitely be back. I don't know where I'm going to go. I've heard the loft here over 15C that Ellie owns is one, but the Dharma Loft, I really enjoyed Jillian, so I might go back over there. Todd, who's in my band, he goes to Dharma Loft, I think pretty much every day, and does classes there. So I'm going to figure out a way to mix that into my my routine for sure. So, all right. I mean, it's the 42nd day and I'm tired, but my body's feeling pretty good considering, right? I think in the next 30, what do I have? 33 days left. I think what I want to really, really, really focus on is diet. We've eliminated, what have I eliminated? I've eliminated sugar, dairy, gluten, and alcohol. And so I'm naturally taking out a lot of things from my diet, but I do feel like I could do better. And I've been watching this guy, and I'm not I don't have any interest in being a vegan or going 100% plant-based, but it's an interesting school of thought. And I know nothing about this stuff. I'm trying to just fully immerse myself in it for the 75 days to see if I can come up with some type of recipe for my success with long-term sustainable health style, right? Or lifestyle. And so I think there's something to be said for consuming as many things or putting as many things in your body that are as close to their natural state as possible, right? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains. I think that is the idea behind that is that you're doing things that are less processed, more natural, from the earth. I know I'm getting all hippy dippy over here. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but yeah, there's some people that think that meat will become basically a delicacy, like in the next 30 years, that meat will not be a main staple on your plate. It'll be more like a side dish, which I don't know. I mean, growing up in Paso, tri-tip capital of the world, or Santa Maria, Paso, you guys can debate that all you want, but we grew up with beef here, and beef is an industry, and a lot of friends are in the beef industry, and or even poultry or lamb or what you name it, meat, right? It's a big business, and a lot of people's families rely on it for making a living. But you can go back. It seems hard enough to get protein without meat, though. I agree. There's the plant-based proteins. They're out there, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't eat eggs and be a vegan, right? Eggs are considered non-vegan. And see, I love fish. There's so many other meats besides red meat, I guess, that you choose from. But yeah, and how much protein are you supposed to have? That's the other question. Bradford has me trying to eat my body weight in protein every single day, but that's because I'm working out hard. And so, but if you're just trying to maintain your diet, and I heard an interesting thing on a podcast that I listened to last night, right? The question that they asked this guy, and this guy that I love, his name's Rich Roll. He's 53 years old now. He's a world-class ultra marathon athlete. And he was asked the question, and he was an alcoholic. He was addicted to sweets. He was a mess going into his 30s. And then he just hit reset, reboot, and rebuilt his complete lifestyle from the inside out. Grass-fed, pasture-raised beef is better. I could agree with that for sure. Especially when you drive by those feedlots on I-5 and you're like, well, we're eating those cows that are literally eating their own poop in these feedlots. I don't get it. Anyways, I got sidetracked there. But so they asked Rich Roll on this podcast, okay, if somebody's trying to get themselves out of they're trying to change their life for the better, and you have meditation or breathing or praying or a combination of all three of them, right? Working on your soul, basically, or diet or exercise. Like, which one would you focus on first? Which is the most important? And Rich's response, I liked it because he's right. He says, really, you can't pick one. They're all three of them are intertwined. And he says, but if I had to pick one, I would pick. And right before he said that he was going to pick one, I thought to myself, which one would I pick? And I immediately thought exercise is the one that I would pick, because exercise, the more you exercise, the better you feel about yourself, emotionally. And the more you exercise, the more healthy you want to eat. So that's kind of the road that I was going down in my mind. But he actually said the one that he would pick would be diet. Diet would be the very first one that he would do, because you're literally ridding yourself of all of these bad things that you are putting in your body, and all of those chemicals and bad things that you are putting in your body ultimately have reactions that cause you to want to sleep or be lethargic, or force you to crave more foods. The sugars crashes and you need more sugar. So that diet, the things that you are putting in your body are ultimately kind of the first thing that he would start with changing if you want to change your life to become a more healthy individual. Again, in your mind, in your body, in your soul, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I guess if that's a place where you thought about where you wanted, if you wanted to get healthier, you wanted to exercise, if you wanted to become a better version of yourself physically and mentally, where would you start? Diet, he says, would be probably where he would start, ingesting as many things and as close to their natural state as possible. And he suggested fruit, nuts, grains, legumes, and vegetables. So that's where he went. Then you've got Tom Brady, who's got this TB12 method, who's completely, a whole nother level itself, right? Where he doesn't. I've read that Tom Brady doesn't eat any legumes, right? So no beans, none of that. And so because he thinks it's and then there's like nightshades, like there's so many different theories about Tom Brady. I'm gonna share my screen here. Legumes. Does Tom Brady eat legumes? Okay. So 80% fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes, 20% protein. Eat until you're 75% full. No dairy or no nightshades. What are nightshades? Does anyone know what nightshades are? Look at this dude. 43. Come on. Where's this diet? No coffee, no caffeine, no fungus, no dairy. So he doesn't eat any mushrooms. Oh, wait. This says 2 cups of coffee max. No caffeine afternoon. No food within 3 hours of going to bed. Okay, basic outline for rules for Tom Brady's diet. 80% fruit, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes. Okay, no dairy, no nightshades. Half your body weight in pounds, and drink as many ounces of water. Okay, so 70 ounces daily. Nightshades are eggplants, tomatoes, potatoes. So is it basically what's the definition of a nightshade though? Like, is a cucumber a nightshade? Because it has a skin? Tomato has a skin, potato has a skin, eggplant has a skin. Nightshade. A family of flowering plants that range from annual. Okay, that doesn't help me. Oh, of course, Pinterest. Nope. Nightshades, how deadly are they? Wow. So I don't get this. Are they saying that these are substitutions? So these are nightshades up top? Nightshades have a bad reputation in a variety of chronic conditions, such as arthritis, fibromyalgia, and IBS. But what do we really know about these foods? Okay. However, every nightshade plant produces fruits that okay. Okay. Most Americans eat edible nightshades every day in the form of French fries, mashed potatoes, salsa, spaghetti sauce, ketchup. Oh boy. My son eats about 7 gallons of ketchup a week. So interesting. Of the foods below, only tomatoes, eggplants, goji berries, and peppers are fruits. Okay. The potato is a tuber and tobacco is a leaf. The potato is tobacco. Okay. The spices, paprika, cayenne pepper, seeds, spice, natural flavor. Okay. Kelly says common nightshade vegetables that we eat include white potatoes, tomatoes, eggplant, bell peppers, cayenne pepper, and paprika. So cayenne pepper and paprika are nightshades. I eat a ton of cayenne pepper. So let me go back to Tom Brady's diet. Is he eliminating nightshades altogether? No dairy or nightshades. Okay. Let's see here. What was that boing? I heard a boing noise. Oh, I think that was my band chat room going. Okay, so I've got to figure out. I think what I'm going to do is dive into this Tom Brady diet as much as I can. Because again, I'm on day 42, and I think what I need for now the next 33 days is I need ultra focus on the things that I'm putting in my body, besides the fact that I'm doing no dairy, no sugar, no alcohol, no gluten. Like those are all great things, but outside of that, I'm staying away from like potatoes. I'm not eating French fries. I'm not eating fried foods. So I'm doing good. I'm fascinated by this whole 80% fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. I haven't done any fruits yet. Day 42, I've eliminated all fruits because of the sugar, because it's got natural sugar. And so I think I'm dedicated to staying with no fruit through the 75 days. But then after the 75 days, what I may do is go into this 80% fruits, veggies, whole grains, seeds, and legumes. But beans are legumes, and they're not nightshades because they have a skin. I guess, what is that definition of a nightshade again? Nightshade. A plant related to the potato, typically having a poisonous black or okay. Well, yeah, clearly you don't want. Nightshades contain an alkaloid called solanine, which is toxic in high concentrations. Solanine is found in trace amounts in potatoes and is normally safe, though the leafy stalks of potato plant and green potatoes are toxic. Okay, solanine poisoning has been reported from eating green potatoes. This is the thing. This is the rabbit hole you go down on the internet, right? I mean, you just get going on these searches to see, and everybody there's so many different schools of thought. That's why I'm devoted and dedicated to just kind of trying to deep dive into this and consume as much information as I possibly can from different schools of thought, people that I respect, people that I want to emulate my lifestyle after. Rich Roll, he's 53 years old. He's an ultra athlete, right? He swims, he bikes, he runs, he does all these things. Now, I don't want to swim and I don't want to bike and run necessarily and do that, but I do want to maintain a healthy lifestyle well into my 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. You know, Robert Owens, who we had on the show, another guy, 70 years old, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, has done 13 Ironmans, right? Like, so I'm trying to just kind of go as much as I can and consume as much of these guys' information as I can, to figure out, what my path is going to be, because I think that's the key, right? Is trying to figure out what works for you and what makes you feel good. So this guy, Jesse Itzler, I don't know if you guys know who he is, but Jesse Itzler is one of the owners of the Atlanta Hawks. He started a company called NetJets, but he's also a crazy ultra athlete, right? And he's married to Sarah, the founder of Spanx, that company Spanx. So Jesse's diet consists of, he only eats fruit until noon. So that's another thing, right? His whole thing is bananas. He loves bananas. He eats fruit till noon. I mean, we can go on and on. And you have to enjoy it, Amanda. That's right. To make it a sustainable. Totally agree. Yeah, no, but it's funny, especially where we live, right? We celebrate food and cuisine so much here, because it just goes hand in hand with the wine and beer lifestyle, and the Central Coast and all of the things. All of the things that kind of generally around this area. You have to enjoy it, but you also have to feel good, right? Christine says, I'm leery of a complete elimination of most things in their natural state. Everything in moderation is my philosophy. For me, okay, hold on. Oh, what did I? Oh, here's Christine's. All right, everything in moderation is my philosophy. For me, once I eliminate it, it can turn on me and not be sustainable. Totally agree. I agree with that 100%. And we're going long now, so let me get Anthony in here. Sorry, no, but that's the thing, Anthony. Look, I'm making it my personal mission to once you're finished with your rehab, we're going to work on getting you back. How much weight did you say you gained in the last year?
Almost 80 pounds.
Almost 80 pounds, and that's just from being sedentary, because you lack the mobility now, right? Because of the injury.
Yeah, I think the correct term is non-ambulatory.
Okay, all right,
So,
but
in other words, being stationary.
But the other thing is that you're also choosing what to put in your body, right?
Right.
And that has had a contribution. And I'm not trying to body shame you live on the air.
No.
You and I had this discussion, and so we all have the choice of what we want to put in our body, and some of it's good for us, and some of it's bad for us. And you and I both in the last year have made more unhealthy choices for what we consume than healthy choices. I'm trying to reverse that for me, and I know that you want to reverse it for you at some point when you're ready.
By far,
right?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I think, I mean, if you'd let me, we should try to work on something like that. I think it would be a fun thing to do, but I don't know what the answer is. Christine says everything in moderation. Everybody's got their own opinions. Some people say, calories in, calories out, like just consume less calories, and doesn't matter what those calories are.
Well, I mean, growing up, and I mean, obviously, I grew up in the 90s and all that, and in school they would say, get outside and play for 90 minutes and all that stuff. And so, I mean, obviously, growing up and being around the area like we're from in Paso and Templeton area and all that stuff, that's all we did. And it wasn't just for 90 minutes. It'd be like all day sometimes. And I remember as a kid, it's kind of funny now that I think about it, looking back. My dad actually told me and my brother, it was the summertime, and we were out of school and everything. And he would say, now just realize what time this was, like 20 years ago almost, or 10 years ago, 15 years, whatever. But he would say, you guys are in the house too long. I'm going to lock you outside so you can just stay outside and just play with your friends or whatever.
Yeah.
All that stuff. And at that time, we didn't think of anything to, like, it was child abuse or whatever. But I mean, we went outside anyway and just did what we did and played with our neighborhood kids.
Right.
So, I mean, it wasn't just for 90 minutes. It was all day sometimes. And so it's just, I mean, it's changed obviously this generation, but I get what you're saying is exercise is key, and obviously I've gained over 80 pounds in the last year, and obviously that wasn't planned, but I mean, it's just I'm an athlete at heart and everything else, and I want to get this all of this 80 pounds off me in this next year. So when I get back on my feet and when my knee gets better, yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that offer, and we can go for exercises every now and again.
Yeah. I think we need to do it. Amanda says the
Yeah.
food guide pyramid from the 90s wrecked people's health. Way too many carbs, in her opinion. So again, everybody's got an opinion,
Right.
and you know, we've just been. Yeah, I mean, we can get into some, you know, government conspiracy stuff if we want to really go down a
Right.
rabbit hole of talking about milk does a body good campaign and you
Well,
know,
I mean, even with
beef.
milk,
What's
I mean, even with milk, I grew up and heard that if you drink milk, you get strong bones and stuff, and
Yep.
that sort of thing. So
Yeah, totally. And milk is it's a form of nutrition to give baby calves, right? So that they
Mhm.
gain hundreds of pounds quickly. So
or
it's like,
something crazy, yeah.
yeah. So we're putting that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all right, we've gone long. Let's say goodbye. You got anything?
I did send an email to Ty Lewis. Hopefully he gets back to me this week. If he doesn't give me back an email by Thursday, I'll just call his office on a Thursday afternoon and see if he's available for, say, Friday morning. So it just depends on him. I just told him about the show and everything else. So it's up to him. It's his choice. So
Okay, awesome. Now, yeah, Amanda's saying now there's research that shows milk does the opposite for bone density, better calcium in vegetables. So, yeah, no, I agree, Amanda. It's just all over the map. Like what, you know, what are we supposed to believe? And 20 years from now, we're going to be told that these. Well, I don't even want to go there. Yeah, I'm not even going to open the vaccine can of worms. All right, let's sign off. It's Monday, May 10th. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. And you go out, enjoy the sunshine, get some fresh air, focus on breathing, focus on smiling and laughing. What else? There's Amanda's last comment. Exactly. Smiley face. All right, guys. Have a great day today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.